How you feel?
Man, these motherfuckers, that's how I feel.
Right now in cities across the country, ICE is kidnapping people off the streets with no warning, no mercy, and people are tired of it. Look what happened in Minnesota.
Tear gas.
How you feel?
Man, these motherfuckers, that's how I feel. Look what you're doing to the people. Look what you're doing to the people. We weren't here for an hour or 2 hours.
It doesn't matter.
You can't assault.
Sheriff and everyone else can provide their own support. MPD does not align with HSI.
They don't answer to me. They don't answer to me. I'm just trying to get them. You are not. This world star.
I'd like to point out that the woman at the end there is a local pastor by the name of Ingrid Rasmussen confronting Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hare. All across the country, unarmed, regular people are facing down militarized ICE agents. Even our grandmas, our grandpas, and our tias, they're out there with nothing but courage. And this needs to happen in every city. Every time they show up, we show up louder, bigger, and unafraid. Because we know if ICE shows up and we do nothing, they will not stop. ICE agents are state-sanctioned kidnappers. They brutalize people, they destroy lives, they come masked, armed, dressed like they're going to war, but they're not raiding dangerous cartels. They're attacking our families, our neighbors, workers, mothers, kids. They don't deserve peace. They don't deserve respect. Not in our neighborhoods, not in our cities, not anywhere in their pathetic lives. If you know someone who works for ICE, say their name. Let the community know exactly who they are because silence protects abusers. We need to make sure that they are afraid every time they step a freaking toe outside of their homes. And I encourage every single one of you to text JOIN to 877-322-2299 to get ICE activity alerts and to report ICE activity. No peace for ICE ever.
We have breaking news right now. According to The Guardian, ICE officials have been ordered to arrest more people even without proper arrest warrants. They've been told to get creative with arrests, including of undocumented people encountered by chance. This is a major heads up. ICE agents are now not only going to be arresting those with active criminal warrants, they're going to be arresting anyone who may incidentally be caught up in an ICE raid as well and may be undocumented. According to The Guardian, senior immigration officials have told rank-and-file agents to, quote, turn the creative knob up to 11 when it comes to ICE enforcement activities, to interviewing and arresting what they're calling potentially collaterals, to, quote, push the envelope with the tactics that they are using. Quote, if it involves handcuffs on wrists, it's probably worth pursuing, one of the messages reviewed by The Guardian says. Be aware that immigration enforcement activities are ramping up, especially this weekend, so spread the word. I'll do a full breakdown of this and more on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for all the news you need to know about.
He's like a brother to me, and this is so disappointing that I have to see this happen for him to get out. He's a great human being. He never did anything, so I don't understand why we're going through all this, especially on a day like this where we graduated.
Here's a story that needs our attention.
Free Marcelo is the chant at Milford Town Hall.
Free Marcelo!
More than 500 people came to rally for the release of 18-year-old Marcelo Gomez. People in the car say the Milford High School junior was detained by ICE agents on his way to volleyball practice Saturday morning.
In America right now, the right wing, Republicans, conservatives, Trumpers, they talk about immigration and about all the violence brought to our country from immigrants. Why is ICE, if that were true, if there's these MS-13 gangs in America, all this crime, why is ICE going after this individual? Someone who is well known by their community, well respected, loved by their peers, honor student, involved in things like volleyball, why are they spending resources, our taxpayer dollars, on this? Why are so many ICE agents going after college kids for writing op-eds that give their opinion? Where are all these violent situations for ICE agents? Why do they have full masking on and unmarked vehicles for all these endeavors, okay? Things that are typically reserved for high-profile gangs. We don't see all these situations happening because they lied. They lied about our neighbors. They lied about immigrants. They wanted us to be afraid of our neighbors so they can justify overwhelming government overreach that attacks the rights of everyone in this country within our borders, okay? Anyone, citizen, non-citizen, whoever it is. Americans disagree with what is happening here, okay? So we need to make sure we stand up and make our voice heard. I wanted to share this again. I made one video about it, but please share this for awareness. Here's the GoFundMe. They hit their goal. They did hit the goal, but I'm sure they could use, whatever help they can get. But awareness is one of the biggest tools we have right now.
I can't do them anymore. I can no longer create videos on immigration. I get a lot of tags on immigration videos. The problem is it's affecting me mentally. I think about it constantly. I don't just create the video, I live it. Like right now, the picture of those children with their hands zip tied cannot escape my mind. It's what I've been thinking about for the last 3-4 days. And I feel like we're powerless because even if we create videos and call attention and awareness, nothing happens. I created a video in the Spanish account and it was a silly video. It was just me singing to a song or something, and someone left me a message and said, wow, this is so unlike you. I follow you because you do a lot of political views and you raise awareness on what's going on with immigration. And I said, we're all mentally tired. Creators are mentally tired. We're exhausted because every day something worse happens than the day before. Last week was a mother crying because her children from school were not going to be able to be picked up because she was being arrested. A couple of days ago, a mother was passing out as her 8-year-old is telling her mom, it's okay, I'm here. Little did he know that he may not be able to see his mother for years. So every day, something new happens, worse than the day before. So if you see me doing something completely out of my norm, I'm taking a mental break.
She was screaming, my kids are in school, my kids are in school, and ICE took her anyhow. That's the America we're living in. I'm Eliza Orleans, career public defender for 15 years in Manhattan. So trigger warning, I want to show you this video. And I want to talk about what's going on with the Trump administration and ICE right now. So Trump has ordered that 3,000 non-citizens per day be arrested and taken into custody for deportation. So as hard as it is to watch, I wanted you to see that video of the mother in San Antonio literally shouting, no, please, my children are in school. And this is what immigration enforcement looks like these days. I know it's hard to watch. I share it because we can't forget, we can't let this become normalized. And we can't let the Trump administration pretend this is about safety because it's about power. It's about terrorizing immigrant families. Many of the people who are being arrested are people who came here legally, who came here seeking temporary protected status or asylum, which is a legal mechanism to enter this country. People are even getting arrested at their court dates, which they are dutifully showing up for. So as hard as it is to see videos like this, I think that we have to continue to watch them. We have to not allow ourselves to get numb. It is our job to bear witness. We have to educate those who don't understand, to take peaceful action, to say, not in our name. We have to fight the policies and this administration, but we also have to fight the inclination to look away. We have to fight the numbness. Because if we stop caring, if we stop looking, they win. So I hope that you will continue to follow me, to share this video, to speak up, and to fight for those who are directly impacted. Thank you for being here.
ICE is conducting workplace raids. They are targeting people who showed up to work. ICE is detaining people who are showing up for immigration check-ins. The State Department is working to revoke student visas from people who are coming here to study. They are also threatening to revoke temporary protected status, threatening thousands of people with deportation. Latino communities across the U.S. are holding their loved ones close. People are angry, sad, and panicked, and rightly so. But I want you to remember this. Cruelty is the point. Broadcasting that cruelty into your home, into your device, into your mind, into your heart, that is their goal. If you care about humanity, human dignity, human rights, these images and videos that you're watching are meant to demoralize you. And if you're on the side that voted for this and you're cheering on the raids, it's meant to vindicate you. Now, this is how state violence is sold to the public. They want us stunned. They want us frozen and afraid, and to sit and ask, how could this happen? Why would they do this? That's why they're showing us children in zip ties, people having panic attacks being loaded into the back of trucks. They are showing us families being torn apart in real time to normalize it. The goal with spectacles like this is to normalize dehumanization. Now, this is what scholar Leo Chavez explains as the Latino threat narrative, which is constructed by media and by the repetition of narratives in media. Head over to the link in my bio where I have readings and topics for anyone who wants to learn about Latinos in the US, and look at topic number 3. Now, the Latino threat narrative is like a threat narrative of any other group, but it's a media-driven spectacle that normalizes the dehumanization of these people and paints them as morally bankrupt somehow. Now, those narratives worm their way into public discourse and become normalized. Suddenly, these are not just your neighbors or your classmates or coworkers, they are problems, threats, people who don't belong. And those ICE agents cover their faces because they know that what they are doing is shameful. If you're proud of your work, you do it in public. You show your face. So what do we do about it? A lot of people are saying, I don't know what to do. Here's what we're going to do. Come back for part 2.
Like, seriously, lovelies. So this pan-colored woman actually compared the deportation of underaged people, especially the way at which ICE treats these immigrant kids, the way at which they harass them and all of that. And this pan-colored woman was like, if you're okay to constantly condemn the way at which ICE treats these undocumented or these immigrants, even the ones that are not illegal, are being treated in a very harsh way. She was like, if you support the constant complaint from black people about how pan-colored people treat them, and you don't support what is going on right now, that means you are the problem. And I keep asking myself, how can you really relate to the both? Like, black people suffered from the hands of these oppressors. It's been like 400 plus, which to date, that are being discriminated, that are being, like, being someone that looks like me, it's it's a big deal. Like, it's a struggle that you will just continuously to struggle each and every passing day, you know, and calling it out, it's a room for to actually know if these people is going to, you know, disengage themselves from the way at which they still treat people that looks like me till date. And now I'm coming with the ICE raid. These are people, innocent people, you know. These are people that is even a citizen, right? They were baited in the said country, right? There is a camp, I think it's actually meant for deported or undocumented people, but they have kids there in those camps. And the way at which they treat them, so it's just something that people shouldn't like try to compare it Like, I don't know why people think so inhuman. I blame Cuban Americans, I blame Hispanic people, I blame every other person that, brought this upon themselves. This is something that could have been avoided. But because of the entire blackness that exists in the Hispanic, Cuban, Venezuela community, that's why even their own offspring are going through what they're going through right now. I saw a video of a woman that was actually snatched. She was going for a hearing. She was actually doing the right thing. But she was snatched by ICE. And her little ones were there looking at her and looking at the way at which they treat their mom. They were so scared. And this lady, she's just justifying this. Like, it's so funny that because it doesn't have anything to do with you, you think it's okay. But when it has everything to do with you, that's when you feel that you have a need to speak out. This is just a case of what I see right now. It's okay. You don't care because it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your family. Of course, it's okay because these people brought this upon themselves. Let's assume they voted right. This wouldn't be a thing. I like the way at which this Hispanic woman responded to the white lady comparing the ICE raid with black people and the way they complain about how the society treat them as a black person. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.